Thank you so much, Mr. Popri, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly an honor to stand before you, a congregation of luminaries in your respective domains. The palpable energy in the room, of course, fueled by our shared eagerness to discover scalable, sustainable solutions, particularly in the field of renewable energy, adds an invigorating layer to today's gathering. Allow me to start by sharing the story of Meghu, a smallholder farmer from Jharkhand. Due to frequent power outages, he used kerosene to run irrigation pumps in his field, which is not only expensive, but difficult to source and can cause hazardous risks. With support from Smart Power India, a subsidiary of the Rockefeller Foundation, solar mini-grids were set up in his village, thereby enabling him to irrigate his fields at the push of a button. Access to reliable source of energy enhanced both his productivity and income. As we think of Meghu today, we all recognize that countless individuals across the world still lack basic access to reliable electricity. According to the International Energy Agency, approximately 775 million people globally live in complete darkness today. Nearly half of the world's population resides in 81 countries marked by energy poverty. This is why, to make opportunity universal and sustainable, ensuring access to clean and reliable sources of energy forms the bedrock of our collective mission. Renewable technologies have been life-changing for remote and underserved communities. Together, we must thrive to extend these advancements to those who remain marginalized. When the Rockefeller Foundation initiated efforts to accelerate solar technology adoption, the landscape was far from conducive. Solar panels were scarce, batteries costly, and mobile payments were in their conceptual stages. This is way back in 2010. Today, with the Indian government's visionary policies, the nation is on an accelerated path towards increased renewable energy capacity, aiming for 450 gigawatts by 2030. Due to the early adoption in India's vision as compared to 2010, the cost of solar PV has fallen by 88%. The cost of residential solar has decreased 56%. In fact, the cost of residential solar here in India is about 80% lower than it is in the United States. There's tremendous opportunity now to make bigger bets and scale access to technologies that should be low cost, should be high volume, should be frugal innovation, concepts on the frontiers of the renewable energy technology revolution. Every spark of innovation, every ounce of collective will fuels the engine of a cleaner tomorrow. To spark these innovations, it is necessary to have a clear understanding of the issues that currently limit us, as well as the speed of scale and progress. It begins with cohesive measurement of both the gaps and the impact. Currently, the world's climate change mitigation strategies lack comprehensive measurement systems, particularly in economically disadvantaged nations. Similarly, the need to fast-track this transition to cleaner energy, encompassing both climate change mitigation and adaptive resilience strategies, is also not always adequately measured. At the Rockefeller Foundation, we realize that what gets measured gets financed. Our recent report on climate finance revealed that only about 16% of climate finance needs are being met, and financing shortfalls are acutely felt in emerging technologies and markets. There's an urgent need for a transformation to accelerate the transition to a net zero, sustainable, inclusive, and prosperous future. Amid this, we face an increased energy demand to fuel economic growth, which highlights the need for a faster shift away from fossil fuels. We must realize that the shift to sustainability isn't a burden, it's our generation's legacy to humanity. To reach net zero emissions, a staggering annual investment of around $3.8 trillion is needed globally through 2025. But only a fraction of this capital is currently being deployed. Comprehensive measurement can be instrumental in overcoming these obstacles. The presence and cross-pollination of collected and analyzed data highlights where capital is efficiently deployed and which areas need further investments and action. Additionally, there's a lack of market transparency. financing and experience in project development, and relevant information on regulations, markets, and resource availability. This has led to a lack of bankable projects, making it difficult for investors to identify investable projects and therefore reducing available capital for those that are ready to be financed. Therefore, we must collaborate and de-risk investments in developing economies while adopting innovative financing mechanisms. While sustainable finance holds the potential to revolutionize renewable energy financing, addressing climate financing gaps requires a collaborative effort between all the stakeholders of government, private sector entities, and international institutions. None of us can really do it alone. These funding gaps emerged due to the large magnitude of investment needed to achieve ambitious climate targets, often exceeding available resources. Therefore, it is imperative that countries pool their resources to close these gaps and expedite the transition to renewable energy through heightened collaborative efforts. Bridging the climate financing gap isn't just an economic endeavor, it's a moral mandate. The world is really looking at India for some breakthroughs. The Indian government's flagship initiative, the International Solar Alliance, is one such great example, and I'm sure, Joshua, you'll be speaking about it. Its aim is to mobilize over $1 trillion of investment in solar energy by 2030. We're also seeing great progress with the PM Kusum scheme that promotes decentralized solar power generation by providing financial support to farmers for installing solar panels on their agricultural land. Not only does this approach contribute to renewable energy capacity, but it also provides a supplementary income source for farmers, highlighting the intersection of each of the Sustainable Development Goals. Earlier this year, the Global Energy Alliance for People and Planet that we launched at COP26 with the Bezos Earth Foundation and IKEA Foundation marked its presence in India. So between three foundations, IKEA, Bezos, and ourselves, we put in $500 million, and we've been able to catalyze an additional $8.5 billion from other DFIs. So the money is there. What GAP is trying to do is it's promoting collaborations to enhance project development and new financing instruments to catalyze billions of dollars of additional annual investment in renewable projects. We are proud to be a partner to those in India seeking to unlock opportunity for those often left behind without triggering climate catastrophe. We believe that the affordability challenge in renewable energy is, in fact, a transformative opportunity. And India has a lot to offer to the world in this regard with the latest technological advancements, favorable ecosystem, and the amazing young talent. India serves as a prime example that even a rapidly developing nation can be a torchbearer for a sustainable future. I'm truly filled with hope and optimism after listening to some of the thoughts that you've shared, Mr. Popley, and I'm sure the others are going to be sharing. The insights that we garner from today's discussions will undoubtedly help us collectively driving the global energy transition. With this, I want to thank everyone for listening to me and for letting me go first because I have to rush for another event that I've committed to. I would end with a quote that continues to inspire me on the mission. The light of renewable energy doesn't just illuminate our homes, it brightens the path to the future. Thank you once again.